Since its introduction in 1996, Bt corn has changed insect pest management on most U.S. corn acres. It controls many of our key pests like southwestern corn borer and fall armyworm and western and Mexican corn rootworm, and we have been able to keep broad-spectrum insecticides out of the system to a great extent. Here's a look at the common corn pests in Texas. Those highlighted in green are controlled by Bt corn, and this is about half of the pests, many of which are consistent threats, and in the past would have required insecticidal control. The remaining pests can now mostly be controlled with more narrow-spectrum insecticides. In turn, elimination of broad-spectrum insecticides has allowed biological control agents like predatory insects and predatory mites to exert control over lesser pests and stabilize the system at a point where far fewer insecticides are needed. Bt corn is planted on over 95% of Texas corn acres and has been for 20 years. This means that the insects have been exposed to Bt toxins for many generations, and it's only natural that resistance has developed to several types of Bt corn. Looking nationally across all of the Bt toxins, as of 2023, we now have resistance in northern and western corn rootworm, European and southwestern corn borer, fall armyworm, corn earworm, and western bean cutworm. Seed companies will continue to introduce new BTs and other plant-incorporated technologies to control insects, but it takes many years for these to gain regulatory approval and come to market. Here is a list of Bt toxins currently sold for control of corn caterpillars and rootworms. Companies have cross-licensed their toxins to competitors, so what you see is a list of combinations, not single toxins, and these are largely the same toxins used in Bt cotton. It might look like we're in good shape as far as having plenty of toxins for the future, but this is not the case. Taking into account known resistance across pest species, there is really only one caterpillar toxin with no known resistance, VIP3A. As for rootworms, western corn rootworm is resistant in places to all of the older traditional toxins. This leaves the new RNAi product, DVSNF7, as the only one with no known resistance. And because it works slowly, it still relies on the older toxins to add their killing power. It is vital to preserve what susceptibility to the older toxins we still have in our pest species. And it is vital to prevent, for as long as possible, development of resistance to the newer toxins for which there's no known resistance at present. That is why seed companies have developed insect resistance management strategies. The goal of these is to delay resistance, not prevent it. Resistance will come, but IRM practices can forestall it, hopefully long enough for new technologies to come online.